How does one make a Pokemon game challenging? Perhaps you're thinking battling a bunch of Megas, Z-moves, and Legendaries? Well, you're goddamn right. Introducing Radical Red, one of the hardest Pokemon games that's ever been made. It brings new light to Kanto by introducing all mons up to Generation 8, and the AI's improved a lot, so it kinda plays like a competitive player. Not to mention Pokemon changes, custom moves, custom abilities, random boss trainers, Johto gym leaders, restrictions of the player, Pokemon customizability, raid dens, and so much more. That's a lot to take in, isn't it? No worries, because I shall be attempting to hardcore Nuzlocke the game. Why? I don't know. I just have an urge to show the size of my cock. Anyways, if you don't know what a hardcore Nuzlocke is, here are the rules that I shall be following. And this is how I beat the Radical Red hardcore Nuzlocke. Let's talk about the starters. In this game, you can choose any starter from any generation. Every starter has their own ups and downs, but after using a lot of them, I decided to run Mudkip. This is because it's something that learns Flip Turn, which is really good for maintaining momentum, and having a guaranteed ground type for Surge is very valuable. We go and grab our amphibious friend and start our adventure of beating Radical Red. Nothing can get in our way. Oh, f*** off. Why the hell are you in Kanto? Anyways, you know how I mentioned there are random boss trainers as you travel through the region? Well, here's the first boss. Meet Bug Catcher Sammy. This dickhead is rocking a Cricketune and a Volbeat with a lot of coverage, plus a Dustox with the Toxic Store set. Let's just say it's not my proudest moment, admitting that I've lost many runs to a bunch of bugs. Bro, what the f***? What the f***? What the f***? I swear, he used like more than 10 roosts. What? What happened? But after trial and error, you kind of learn how to get around him. Okay? Die. Oh my god, I actually beat him. Holy fuck. As we arrive in Pewter City, we are on track to getting a first gym badge from Brock. Brock has a demonic rock and ground team, all having tons of coverage and held items. But the real threat is that this fight has permanent Sandstorm. And if you don't know, Sandstorms increase rock Pokemon's special defense by 50%. Not to mention that some of these Pokemon have abilities that can take advantage of this Sandstorm. In my opinion, the scariest mon that Brock has is his Leap. Having Stockpile and Recover makes it so that it can basically never die. Usually you have some sort of fighting type to deal with this, like a Pancham or a Combuskin, but unfortunately I didn't get a Leap check, so I just threw Linoon at it, and with a bit of luck, I brute forced my way through Brock. I'm waiting for the one guy to say, "Hey Stephin, just change the weather." Okay, Mr. Smartass. Firstly, in what world is there a Pokemon that has access to a weather move for the first gym? Secondly, Radred just straight banned them. Like, the player doesn't have access to those moves, which makes Misty really challenging since she has permanent rain, and her team includes Swift Swim mons and a dry skin Toxicroak. Fortunately, the game gives you a gift Magikarp, which removes a dupe to get a guaranteed Lantern, which is very useful for this gym. And at this point, you have access to a move relearner and some ability pills to make preparation a lot more flexible. But I have obtained a Pokemon that absolutely shits on this gym. A Pokemon that even the great god Zeus fears of its power. And that Pokemon is Parasect. This walking STD has gotten significant buffs to its stats, and like Misty's Toxicroak, it gets dry skin to give free healing in the rain. So basically this thing can never die. Before I show you the Misty fight, allow me to explain how the AI behaves. Unlike any vanilla game, the AI knows everything about you. Every time you present a Pokemon in front of the AI, it already knows your moves, your ability, your nature, your held item, your everything. Hell, it probably knows the size of your cock. Not only that, the AI can also make assumptions on what you're going to click next. But in saying that, you can tailor your Pokemon to manipulate the AI's decisions. Another thing that the AI will do is that if their Pokemon has any stat reductions by 2 in any relevant stat, the AI is likely to swap. Now that you know all of this, here's how I abused Misty. I lead with Gyarados, holding a Pecha Berry to prevent Politoed to Toxic. Immediately, I swap to Parasect on the incoming water move and back into Gyarados to get off another Intim. Now that the Politoed has -2 attack, Misty swaps into Starmie while Gyarados does some chip damage with Bulldoze. I pivot to Lantern on the incoming Thunderbolt, then swap into Golduck on the Psyshock. I think the AI sees that Scald is my highest damaging move, so it swaps into Toxicroak. But I predicted the swap and killed it with Confusion on the switch. Misty brings Starmie back out and tries to Thunderbolt me, so I used me first and finished off her Starmie. Ferroseed comes out, so I pivot through Parasect on the incoming Leech Seed, then Houndoom kills off the seed and baits Ludicolo. So I swap into Parasect on the Scald and kill off a Ludicolo with Leech Life. Mantine comes out, so I swap into Lantern on the incoming Hurricane. Unfortunately, I forgot to run Person Berry for the confusion, so I kind of got punished for that. Nonetheless, I risked the confusion and Lantern killed off the Mantine. And last but not least, Politoed gets bent over by Parasect and we obtain our second gym badge. Alright, if you thought that was tough, oh boy, we're just getting started. We're at the stage of the game where every step we make, we gotta watch out for some demonic dudes that we've never heard of. Just like Sammy, who the hell is Camper Jeff and Gentleman Tucker? And why do they have teams that can bend me over better than Johnny Sins? Everywhere you turn, there's always some dude blocking you and waiting to catch a poor defenseless 10-year-old. Oh wait, you can just skip them just holding one Pokemon? Sick. Also, fuck off, Brendan. Stop coming in between what me and Blue have. Okay, time for Lieutenant Surge, probably the first proper run killer of the game. Man's a lieutenant for a reason if he's throwing Z moves and megas at you when you don't even have access to them. Not only that, dude's got permanent electric terrain. No surprise there. So his electric moves are gonna hit very hard. There is a reason why I picked Mudkip, but luckily we've got a few more ground types to help us out. I lead with Houndoom, who one-shots the Rotom Frost with a Charcoal, and then it baits Electivire. This is a 50-50 between Plasma Fists and Close Combat, so I swap into Swampert. In hindsight, pivoting through Rune was the smarter play, but we never got punished and Swampert takes out the Electivire with Bulldoze. Electro comes out next, so I go into Parasect, which is holding a Chillin' Berry to prevent it from booming, and it knocks it out with a Leech Life. Hitmonlee comes out and Azumarill easily takes care of that. Then the big demon Ampharos comes in. Azu can't kill it, so I have to go through Rune, which is holding a Rindo Berry to prevent grass moves, and did some chip with Bulldoze. Then I go back into Azu on the Dragon Pulse and kill it off. Last but not least, Alolan Raichu tries to Rising Voltage me, so I go into Donphan. With Donphan's Sturdy, we never die to a Surf, and we activate Raichu's Sash with Stomping Tantrum. Then the big elephant finishes it off with an Ice Shot, and we obtain our third gym badge. I feel like beating the third gym leader in every Nuzlocke is like a huge relief. At this point, you just get so many new encounters to add to your arsenal that just makes team building a lot more flexible. That same principle applies to this game, because after defeating a few difficult trainers, I arrive at Cerulean City, where this dude just gives me a bunch of starter eggs. But the question is, where would I hatch these eggs? So basically, throughout this journey, I purposely delayed a lot of areas in Kanto for egg hatching. I delayed route 7, 8, 9, and 11 for eggs because the encounter pool is pretty trash. Not only that, I can hatch an egg in Saffron City, Lavender Town, and Lavender Tower for a total of 7 starter Pokemon ready to send in battle. It also makes the most riveting content you've ever seen. Now this is a banging box to clap Erika's cheeks. Speaking of Erika, she's probably the easiest gym leader in this game in my opinion. I mean, grass isn't the scariest typing to fight against, but she does have permanent grassy terrain, so grass type moves are gonna hit hard, but it's fine, because we've got so many grass resist that can tank it. In my opinion, the scariest mons in the team is the Hawlucha and the Toxtricity. If you don't have good checks for those two, then things will probably get really scuffed. I lead with Fortress on Erika's Cradle. Immediately, Erika goes in for an Earth Power while I Magnet Rise. Then she sets up rocks while I go in for a lunge to deal damage. Then she switches to Slowbro while I remove rocks with Rapid Spin. Rhyperior just doesn't care about the Slowbro, but it took a hit and teleported away, bringing out Kartana. Then I go into Incineroar, which tanks a Grassy Glide easily. Then I Fake Out to get some more healing from the grassy terrain, and Incin is holding a Chop Berry, so it can tank a Sacred Sword and then incinerate the Origami with Flamethrower. Hawlucha comes out next and tries to close combat me, so I swap into Rune. Rune then burns the Flying Ninja, and then I swap into Quagsire. With Quagsire's unaware ability, Hawlucha can't really do that much damage while it's burnt, so it swaps into Cradily. Fortress easily dodges a Power Whip, and then Erika swaps back into Slowbro. Again, Rhyperior sits on this, and it teleports away back into Cradily. So I swap back into Fortress, but the AI does a weird double swap into Toxtricity. Erika must be smoking something, I guess. So I swap in a Rune, and I forgot 2 things. Rune's Rindo Berry and Grassy Terrain reducing Bulldoze's damage. So I had to risk a crit, and luckily Toxtricity dies to its Life Orb. Cradily comes back out, and you know the drill. Back into Fortress, then Slowbro, then Rhyperior, but this time Rhyperior kills the Slowbro. And then Cradily comes out again, and we go into Fortress. Okay, this is getting old. But this time Cradily stays in, and Fortress finally lands the kill. Halucha comes back out, but Quagsire doesn't really care. But Erika does something weird and swaps into Sceptile randomly on an Ice Punch. Erika's definitely smoking something. Then Quag finishes everything off and we obtain our 4th gym badge. Alright lads, you know what time it is? It's Team Rocket time! Honestly, I've never understood why the world relies on a 10-year-old to take on a criminal organization. Like, where the hell is Officer Jenny? But hey, I'm not gonna question Game Freak's vision for the game. So it's time to raid the Team Rocket base and defeat Daddy Giovanni. Oh, if only it was so simple. There are these 2 guards blocking the entrance to Giovanni's room. And you guessed it, they are tough fights. But you know, we're the GOAT and our protagonist powers can overcome these plebs. Now to take on the big bad boss Giovanni. Giovanni is a pretty scary team. His Mega Kangaskhan is something else. Having Power Punch with Parental Bond makes it so that he pretty much has Swords Dance that does damage. And we can't forget about his Flynium Z Gyarados that also has Dragon Dance. And his Shell Smashing Torterra that can charge through anything presented in front of it. You gotta think pretty carefully about how to beat this guy, as this is one of the hardest fights in the game. Even I risked a lot of stuff in this fight, because trying to avoid Giovanni from setting up is a tough thing to do. Giovanni does the standard Stealth Rock setting lead with a Focus Sash and Fernape. So I lead with Donphan that has Rapid Spin to encourage the AI not to click rocks. So the Ape fists me multiple times and I hit him back with an Earthquake. Then an Ice Shard finished it off and Nidoking comes out. I swapped into Jellicent on the Earth Power. Jellicent is holding a Walkenberry to prevent Thunderbolt, but I had to risk a crit and we kill Nido with a Water Bubble boosted Scald. Torterra then comes out and it's pretty much random moves, so I gamble the 1 in 3 and go to Incin, but we weren't so lucky. Now the Savali and the Kangaskhan is looking extremely rough. But we got rid of its White Herb with Intimidate, so hopefully it doesn't Shell Smash. Incin then did some chip damage with Fake Out, and I swap into Walrein. Walrein has the Fur Coat ability, meaning it's pretty much a defensive tank, and it's holding a Rindo Berry to try and prevent Torterra from using Wood Hammer. Torterra swaps out into Savali on the Ice Beam. Then I predict Savali using Parting Shot, so I try to snipe the burn on the Kangaskhan, but we didn't get very lucky. I swap into Rune, but then the AI does a weird double swap back into Savali, so I go back into Incin on a Parting Shot, then Geo sends out Gyarados. Incin does some chip damage with Fake Out before I swap into Lantern. Luckily Gyarados didn't set up and Lantern took the hit with Water Absorb. Lantern is holding a Shuka Berry to prevent Earthquake, so Gyarados went all out and used its Z move. Lantern then revenge killed it with Thunderbolt. Savali comes out and for some reason it just exploded. I don't know what's going on, but Incin's Chillin' Berry cushioned the boom along with the Intimidate. Kangaskhan comes out and I did some chip with Fake Out. Then I swap in a Rune on the incoming Power Punch. With Rune's Shadow Shield ability and his Cobble Berry, it makes Kangaskhan's Crunch look very weak, while Rune goes in for the burn. Incin can take a couple of crunches, so I swap back into him to get an Intim off. But Geo keeps predicting me and went to Torterra, so after a bit of chip, I swap into Walrein on the EQ. Geo keeps swapping back into Kang while Walrein does some steady chip to it. I go back in a Rune to prevent setup again and back into Incin, but Geo goes back into Torterra. So I go back into Walrein, and since Kang is weak at this point, Torterra stayed in and died to an Ice Beam. Since Kang is the last Pokemon, I decide to Encore the Power Up Punch and then swap in a Rune, and somehow we made it out deathless. But we aren't done yet. Now for a Wild Goose Chase for Team Rocket in Pokemon Tower. And you know that these grunts are gonna bring everything that they got. But I guess they forgot who the protagonist is in the story, and we absolutely stomp on these fools. But hey, we made it to the top of the tower. For what? Just to find out that Team Rocket is taking over Silphco? Officer Jenny, where the fuck are you? So we head over to Saffron City to try and put an end to Team Rocket's criminal acts. But as we were climbing our way up the building, we meet a familiar face. I mean, we defeated this prick before, so surely nothing can go wrong this time. It's on 14%. Decidueye's a range to kill a Shadow Sneak. It's a 93% chance to OHKO though. I think we go Decidueye Shadow Sneak here. Oh, that's my play. Shadow Sneak's a ranged kill. You gotta hit the range. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, note to self. Never underestimate the rival ever again. Fuck me. Decidueye was such a good Pokemon and it would have been so good for later fights. Luckily, we still have a few more grass eggs to hatch later on. I guess one death at this point isn't too bad, so we'll just walk it off and move on. Now we have to fight both Rocket executives Archer and Ariana, but we don't do this alone. This dickhead from the Hoenn region came to join the gangbang. And after doing this fight many times, I realized Jellison sweeps half the fight and Brendan is completely useless. Anyways, we got another date with Big Daddy Giovanni. But this time, this guy brings an even stronger team than before. Like, where the fuck did you get a Regirock? Not only that, just like Brock, this fight has Permanent Sandstorm, which is going to be a huge pain for that Regirock. But the real threat in this fight is the Mega Garchomp. In Radical Red, Mega Garchomp now has the same speed as regular Garchomp, and with its Sand Force ability and Sword Stance, this thing is doing a ton of damage no matter what you're throwing at it. This fight is no joke, and you sometimes have to play very risky to beat it. I send out my Dreadnought on Gear's Mamoswine. With Dreadnought's Sugar Berry and his Shell Armor ability, we never die to a Headlong Rush, and we get Mamo down to its sash with Liquidation. Then I just kill it off with Knucklejet. Gyarados comes out now, and I decide to sack Dreadnought to maintain momentum. It's okay. Dreadnought is pretty trash at this point in the game anyways. I then send out my Lantern on Gyarados, again holding a Sugar Berry to bait out the Z-move, and Gyarados dies to a Thunderbolt. Dracovish comes out next, and Parasect pretty much walls this phallic Pokemon. 3 down, 3 more to go. Excadrill comes out next, so I swap in a Golisopod while it Sword Stances. The AI got a bit too greedy and sets up again, while I get it down to its sash and Sucker Punch finishes it off. Now the big pipe demon Garchomp comes out, so I swap in a Walrein as it Sword Stances. Even the Fur Coat Walrein takes a lot of damage from this thing, so I had to risk the crit here, and luckily we survived and Ice Beam kills it off. Last but not least, Regirock comes out, so I swap into Jellicent as it curses. Even if the AI sees a kill, it won't always go for it. Jelly squirts a water bubble boosted water spout at it, dealing tons of damage, while Jelly tanks a Rock Slide. Finally, a Scald finishes it off and we defeated Team Rocket. Now let's go battle the Saffron City Gym. Now Sabrina's probably the hardest gym leader in this game. You know how the past gym leaders have some Pokemon that aren't their primary typing? Well, Sabrina has no Psychic type Pokemon at all. Like, how are you calling yourself a Psychic gym leader without any Psychic Pokemon? The reason why she is so hard is that she has 4 legendaries. This is so fair, isn't it? Oh, we aren't done yet. May I mention that there is also permanent Trick Room, and that's why she has a bunch of slow Pokemon. Not only that, she has permanent Misty Terrain. You gotta love artificial difficulty, am I right? Luckily there's this dude that can change our speed EVs to 0. That'll help a little bit. But the most important thing for this fight is giving everyone Iron Balls to try and make yourself slower than everyone. But this comes at a cost of your held item slot. I lead Incineroar and Golisopod. Turn 1, I fake out the Tapu Fini and Golisopod kills off the Mega Camerupt. Melmetal comes out next, so I now double target the Tapu Fini and Melmetal targets Golisopod with Thunder Punch. I also put 0 defense IVs on Golisopod so that my emergency exit always activates and I get a free swap into Jellicent. Magerna comes out next. I expected the Magerna to Z-move into Incin, so I swap into Rune, while Jelly gets out a lot of damage done to the opposition. Melmetal went for the Thunder Punch on Jelly, almost killing it. And my prediction was right and Magerna wasted its Z-move. I swapped Jelly out for Chestnut, while Rune let off a fat Earthquake. Then Melmetal double Iron Bashes Rune. Glasteria comes out and I swap Rune for Walrein. Glasteria sets up a Sword Stance, Walrein takes a Melmetal's Fisting, and Chestnut Hammer Arms the horse. Hammer Arm is huge here because it technically increases our speed under Trick Room. I purposely went a level 57 Walrein to underspeed the horse to get an Encore off so it's stuck on Sword Stance. Walrein takes more Fisting and Chestnut takes out the Melmetal. Jellicent comes in. I then swap Walrein out for Incin and Chestnut Horn leeches the Jellicent to weaken Jellicent's Water Spout. Incin takes out the horse and Chestnut takes out Jelly and somehow we beat Sabrina deathless and we got our 5th gym badge. Fuck me, that split is so long and difficult, but the game never stops. Our goal now is to make it a future city, but to get there are 2 paths that you have to travel through. The routes 16, 17, and 18 have a bunch of brutal trainers that can take advantage of sand and rain teams, while routes 12, 13, 14, and 15 have difficult trainers that have hail and sun teams. So basically, I gotta pick my poison whether I want to make snow angels with snowmen or take a swim with some fishies. Personally, I went with the sand and rain route because all their boss fights look a lot easier. Don't worry, I'll come back to the hail and sun routes later because there is something that I do want to grab over there. When you enter Route 16, you gotta fight a back-to-back-to-back, meaning that there's 3 dudes that will come at you one by one. kind of like those internet videos kids watch these days. But these dudes only have like 2 to 3 mons each, so it should be pretty easy with our box. Especially when we have Mega Sceptile with Technician Dual Chop. A completely balanced mon, by the way. Everything is going so well until we face the big demon Cue Ball Cameron. This guy has a Focus Sash Sand Veil Garchomp that gave me a lot of trouble. Rather than telling you, let me just show you instead. Oh, the big chomp. Okay. There's a sword stance, okay. Come on, man. Come on, Slash. You gotta hit 2. You gotta hit at least one. At least one. At least one. That's... Oh, shit! Come on, come on. You gotta hit the second one. You gotta hit the second one. You gotta hit the second one, man. I lost. I lost. I fucking wiped. My only hope is Wall Rain, and it has to hit an Ice Beam. Wall Rain has to hit an Ice Beam. Even then, it's sashed. So we did dodge crit, and I don't know what to do from there. Come on, man, just hit, just hit, just hit, just hit, just hit. Just hit, just hit, just hit, just hit, just hit. Hold and hit, hold and hit, hold and hit, hold and hit. Okay, it hit, it hit, it hit. Okay, what the fuck do I do now? This is Scale Shot or Earthquake. I have to go, I think I have to go Whimsicott. I have to go Whimsicott and pray. And if it goes for Earthquake, we're dead. But then I can go into Golisopod and First Impression. As if First Impression doesn't miss. I have to, okay, please, 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 man, Scale Shot. Scale Shot, 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 Scale Shot! Fuck! Low roll, maybe. No, just did sands. Oh wait, with citrus. Okay, wait, okay. That's fine. Maybe. 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 Okay, I have to hit a Moonblast. I have to hit a Moonblast. I have to hit a Moonblast. Oh my god, man. I'm so scared. Whimsicott. Whimsicott, please. Please, man. Whimsicott. Do not do me like this. Do not do me like this. Do not do me like this, man. Please. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Yes! 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 Fuck you! Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know what the fuck we're doing for Sceptile though. Fuck me, that was a bit of a steer, but fortunately we only lost this sack of shit. The rest of the sand and rain routes went pretty smoothly without too much trouble, and we arrive at Fuchsia City. Do you know what the highlight of the city is? The Safari Zone, where Brandon tries to fuck me over again. Anyways, the optimal play for the Safari Zone is to hatch a starter egg here or to fish for a Krabby. But we are the GOAT and we go for grass because there's a 20% chance to get a Poggers Meltan. And our encounter is unlucky, but Mega Absol isn't the worst thing we could have gotten. Before we go fight Koga, the game requires us to rematch the first 3 gym leaders. But we beat those guys before, so this should be easy, right? Wrong. These guys are bringing much stronger teams with more powerful Pokemon. This game really doesn't give you a break. Misty again has Permanent Rain, but she was probably the easiest gym leader because Mega Sceptile is busted and we easily clap her cheeks. Brock is arguably the hardest rematch. Not only that he has Permanent Sandstorm, but super effective moves deal 33% less damage to his mons. Like, where did you pull that out of your ass? With a lot of planning and careful calculations, here's how Brock went. Just like Giovanni, Brock leads with a Rock Setter, so I lead with Donphan. Brock sees Rapid Spin, so it goes for close combat, turn 1, while I do a lot of damage with Earthquake. Then Donphan knocks her down with an Ice Shard. Landorus comes out and tries to Grass Knot me, so I swap into Chestnut. Since Grass Knot is a contact move, we do some chip damage off with Iron Barbs. We're also running Spiky Shield, so I think you know where we're going with this. We're going to slowly kill this Landorus down. Landorus U-turns out into Aerodactyl, while Chestnut gets some healing off with Horn Leech. Rhyperior comes in and just doesn't care about this dinosaur. Landorus comes back in, so I went back into Chestnut, but Brock was one step ahead of me and he went for a U-turn into Empoleon. I swap into Embor on the Toxic, and with Embor's Bull Rush ability, we one-shot the Empoleon with Superpower. Landers comes back out, but the issue here is that Chestnut is kind of low health, so I decide to stay in and Sucker Punch, because it kills, right? But then this happened. It should always kill. What the fuck happened? No idea what happened here, but I blame the calc. There's nothing that we can do about it now. So we gotta just push forward, I guess. Since both Mons died, I decided to go into Torterra, but Brock sends out Zygarde. So I swap into Parasect, who doesn't really care about this thing. Brock then randomly swaps into Sandslash on my Spore, which is huge because I now don't have to deal with any crits. So I swap into Torterra and then I two-shot this mole. Last but not least, Parasect finishes off the Zygarde. I have no idea what happened with Embor, but it is what it is. Luckily, we don't need him for our fight with Lieutenant Surge. Surge changed up his team a lot, like now he has a Zekrom and a Raikou. Also, this is like the only fight where they actually have all their Pokemon being their primary type. But this is because of two things. Permanent electric terrain, just like last time, and now he has permanent magnet rise as well, removing his only weakness. Soup really was smoking a ton of crack when he was making these teams. The most threatening thing about his team is his Zekrom. Zekrom having Hone Claws is going to make his Bolt Strike hit extremely hard. Plus, he has the Terra Volt ability, so it invalidates all of Volt Absorb and Lightning Rod mons. I gotta play very carefully to get past his beast. I lead my Incineroar on Surge's Electivire to get an Intim off. Then I get some chip damage off with some Fake Out, and I pivot through Rune to get Swampert in. Electivire close combats my Swampert while Swampert liquidates back. Luckily, we land a crit and one-shot the Electivire. Magnezone comes out and I swap into Incin onto HP Grass. Incin fakes out to break it sturdy, then Magnezone swaps a Zekrom on my Flare Blitz. I go into Swampert on the incoming Bolt Strike, and then to Whimsicott as he roosts. I kinda didn't want him to roost there, but it's okay. I swap into Rune expecting a Bolt Strike, but he sets up instead. This is looking very scary. So I swap back into Whimsicott and Zekrom sets up again, which is really good. Because taking advantage of Whim's Prankster ability, we lock him into Hone Claws. I do some damage with Moonblast, and then he swaps into Magnezone. I swap into Incin on the Flash Cannon, but Surge is a 5-head and swaps into Zekrom on my Flare Blitz. I swap back into Pert on the Bolt Strike and then Whims on the Dragon Rush. Surge keeps predicting me and swaps into Magnezone on my Encore. I go back into Incin on a Flash Cannon, and since Zekrom is too weak, Incin finally kills off the Magnezone. Zekrom comes back in. In this random move situation, the AI does factor in accuracy when clicking a move. So this should always be Bolt Strike, and we go into Pert safely, then back into Whimsicott. Surge keeps swapping out before I can Encore. This is getting really frustrating. I then swap into Rune on the Calm Mind. The cat sets up again while Rune goes for damage. Then the cat does like negative damage to Rune thanks to our Yachi Berry and our Shadow Shield, and Rune does some more damage. Since Rune is now dead to crit, I swap into Golisopod on HP Ice, and then kill it off with a First Impression. Zekrom comes back out, so I go into Rune on the Bolt Strike, then Whimsicott on the Dragon Rush, and we finally kill this beast with a Moonblast. Manectric comes out. Since when this thing megas, it gets a second Intimop, so I pivot through Pert on a Volt Switch, and then we bait our HP Grass back to Whimsicott. Then Whimsicott gets an Encore off, so it's stuck on HP Grass. Manectric then swaps out to Raichu, while I heal up a bit with Giga Drain. This Raichu is going to Rising Voltage, so I pivot through Rune and then to Golisopod to First Impression his ass. Last but not least, Manectric is left, so I swap into Pert on the Volt Switch and then bait HP Grass into Whimsicott. We Encore, then Mega Sceptile finishes off with a Dual Chop, and we finally finished all the Gym Leader rematches. But we aren't done yet, we still gotta fight Koga. It shouldn't be a surprise at this point that Koga is gonna have some legendary Pokemon. I mean, that's literally like every fight in this game. You also may have noticed that he has a Mega Toxtricity, and ask yourself, that isn't a real Pokemon. You're right, Radical Red has made a few custom Mega Pokemon, and a lot of them are pretty sick to use. This Mega Toxtricity is kind of rough to deal with if you don't have a good check for it, and this goes the same with the Hoopa Unbounded, the Kyurem. Oh, I forgot to mention the gimmick for this fight. This fight has permanent Psychic Terrain and Tailwind for Koga. So you're pretty much going to be slower than all of Koga's mons, and you can't use any priority moves. I mean, no one has ever used a priority move in Psychic Terrain before, am I right? Is it worth going for a Fake Out? Wait, is this a Ghost type? No way, right? Fake Out, okay. I guess we go for a Fake Out. I'm actually smart. It's not my proudest moment in my life, but I'm ready to redeem myself. I lead Fortress on the Tapu Lele, and with our sturdy ability, we never die to our HP fire, and we kill this off with a Gyro Ball. Kroot comes out, but Chestnut deals with this easily, and we bait the Demon Hooper Unbound. I go into Incin on the Expanding Force, and with Incin's Choppleberry, we bait out its Z move, and then we revenge kill with Leech Life. Nidoking comes out and tries to Earth Power me, so I pivot through Chestnut into Jellicent, and Jelly kills it off with a Scald. The big Kyurem comes out, so I go hard Sylveon. And for some reason I brought Quick Attack over something useful like Wish. My bad. So I Draining Kiss the Kyurem and we take a hit. Then Koga swaps into Toxtricity and things are getting pretty problematic. So I swap into Rune on the Boom Burst and then I kill this off with an Earthquake. Kyurem comes back out and tries to freeze dry me. So I swap into Incin and then to Sylveon and a Dynamax Cannon. Sylveon finally finishes the job and we obtain our 6th gym badge. Alright lads, we finally made it to late game, but there's a couple of things that we need to do first. Remember how I said that we'll come back to Hail and Sunroute to grab something? Well, we now have access to Surf, meaning that we can skip all the demon weather trainers in those areas and grab a pretty important encounter. Don't let this thing deceive you. This little weasel is low-key kind of a demon, because it gets Surging Strikes, and combined with its Technician ability, this thing can mess up anything in its path. We also have to make our way over to the power plant, because we gotta grab ourselves a Zapdos. I mean, we all know how good Zapdos is, so no explanation is needed here. I also ran a quick stop by Bugsy to grab the U-turn TM, and we set our sights for Cinnabar Island to grab our 7th gym badge. But for some reason, we were forced to explore the Pokemon Mansion or something. But before we could even step foot in the building, we are greeted with another Hoenese immigrant. Unlike Brandon, his female counterpart is actually hard. Not because of her team or anything, her team is like, whatever. But it's the fact that we have to put up with permanent magma storm on our side. Like, where the fuck is this shit coming from? It's not like we're in Venus or anything, and why does it only affect me? Basically, ghost types and switching moves like U-turn are like your best friends in this fight. I could go and fight Morty to grab the shed shell from him, but I can't be fucked, so I try to play around it instead. May leads with an Aggron, so I led with Swampert. This Aggron has Sturdy and Endeavor, so I don't want to try and one-shot it, otherwise the Magma Storm could kill me. So I go for a Bulldoze, but luckily Aggron goes in for a Heavy Slam. May then decide to swap out Aggron into Jumpluff, but I kind of predicted this, so I flip turn into Zeb Striker. Don't ask why the Zebra is blue and an Ice type, but we outspeed and kill it with an Ice Beam. Aggron comes back out, so the Zebra Volt switches out while killing the Aggron. And then I swap in Rune, and May sends out Snorlax. Predicting Snorlax would set up, I swap in my Infernape and Encore to lock Lax into Curse. Then I do some chip damage while I wait for Snorlax to get to +6 attack and defense. Because if it's at +6 and locked into Encore, the AI will swap. So I close combat the Regieleki on the swap, dealing a ton of damage. Then Mach Punch just finishes it off and May sends out Blaziken. Infernape U-turns out into Slowbro on a close combat. Then I Mega Evolve so I can tank a Thunder Punch and killed off the chicken with the Surf. May now sends out her own Slowbro, and I purposely went a timid Slowbro to outspeed her own Slowbro, so I could slack off in this position. While healing up, May's bro teleported out and went to Snorlax. Her Lax sets up while I teleport out into Infernape and then Encore this again. Before I could get a second Encore off, May swaps out into Slowbro. So Ape U-turns out and I go to Jelly so we can take a Scald. Jelly then burns the Slowbro before it teleports out into Lax again. So I go back into Ape and Lax attacks with Darkest Lariat. After a few swaps and teleports later, Jellison lands a crit on Snorlax and secured a kill. And since Slowbro is burnt, Jelly finishes off with a Hex, and somehow we did May deathless. Now we can explore the Pokemon Mansion. Except for the fact that we're about to get mugged by Big Demon Burglar Lewis. This guy having an Articuno, Spectre, and a Mega Lopunny in a doubles fight is just not okay. I mean, with those three alone, this guy can just rob anyone, including me. Let me just show you what happened. Sucker only does 37 to 44. Something is dying here. 2 Articuno, yeah, 2 Articuno. I think I fake out Lopunny again, and then Sucker Punch and see who dies. I think I fake out Lopunny, and then Sucker and see who dies, get something in, and hopefully finish something off. Infinite Vega is literally doing 5% to Articuno, so yeah, I think I have to fake out Lopunny. Then I Sucker this, and something's dying. Yeah, crit Sucker would just be a huge help. I fake out you. Something's dying here. Freezing glare on who? You. Okay, so that's Infernape dead. Okay. What are my options here now? Rest in peace, Infernape, you will be missed. But we gotta move on and fight the 7th gym leader, Blaine. Like all other boss fights in this game, Blaine has a terrifying team. Having permanent Desolate Land at the gym makes water moves completely useless. But trust me on this, all you need to beat Blaine is 2 Pokemon. This green gecko and a psychic duck. I'll show you what's up after we quickly test my IQ. Pokemon of the same kind and level are not identical. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Blaine leads with the Heliolisk and I lead with my trusty Gecko. Turn 1, Blaine tries to be 5-headed, swaps out, but Seppi just frags. Blaine sends out Heliolisk again and Seppi secures the double kill. Darmanitan comes out, but Seppi doesn't care and rock tombs his ass. Blaine then sends out Charizard, but Blaine doesn't know that Mega Evolving would cause his downfall and Seppi dual chops his ass and gets 4 kills in a row. Can I just say that Mega Sceptile is actually the most balanced mon in this game? Venusaur comes out and Seppi's job is done, so I swap in a Golduck as a Growths. Golduck's Cloud 9 ability invalidates Venusaur's Chlorophyll and we lock it into Growth with Encore. Blaine tries to escape this massacre, but the duck is just too strong and Groudon dies to a Surf. Venusaur comes back out, but the duck fucks it up, and ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do a 2-mon Blaine. Only one more badge to go, lads. Let's go and grab it. We flew back to Viridian City to defeat the last gym leader, but we get presented with an unexpected surprise. Fucking Brandon comes over and tells us something about Team Rocket capturing Mewtwo or something. I don't know, but he teleported me to Cerulean Cave. Looks like we're battling Team Rocket again. So we beat a few grunts and then we got prepared for a back-to-back fight with Rocket executives Archer and Ariana. But that ain't the hardest part, because after these two, we gotta fight Giovanni as a tag battle with Lance. Many Rad Red runners lose this fight because Giovanni has a Mewtwo that for some reason Mega Evolves when it dies and gains back all of its health, which made me realize I fucking hate this game. But unfortunately the footage got corrupted, so just trust me on this one. Okay, so now that the Team Rocket stuff is finally over, I can now focus on beating the 8th gym leader, Clair. Clair's team is the literal definition of let's spam overpowered legendaries, but to make things fair, let's just bring something shit. Oh, and the best part is, fairy Pokemon are banned. Like seriously bro, you can't think of any creative ways to make this harder? Oh, by the way, hazards cannot be removed, so Shuckle actually has a use in this fight. Alright, let's get this over and done with. I lead with Mega Slowbro on the Shuckle. Slowbro deals a ton of damage with Surf while Shuckle goes for Sticky Webs. Since Slowbro gets walled by every other dragon, I predicted that Clair would swap out, so I used Teleport to see what she sends out first, and then I send out my own Pokemon. She sends out Giratina, so I send out Obstagoon, who's holding a Flame Orb to activate our Guts ability. I Obstruct so that Giratina gets a defense drop before Guna kills it with a Sucker Punch. Magearna comes out, so I pivot through Tenta to get Donphan in as Magearna sets up. Donphan tanks a Moonblast and kills this robot with a Technician boosted Boomerang. Necrozma comes out, so I swap into Slowbro to tank a hit and then teleport out to get a clean swap into Guna. And we do the same thing, Obstruct into Sucker and the Digimon goes down. Duraludon comes out and we go hard Tenta on a Steel Beam. Tenta has to dodge a crit here or else we lose this fight. So Tenta stays alive and we destroyed the Skyscraper. The big demon Eternatus comes out. And this is basically random moves, so I go into Empoleon but the Eternatus found the Flamethrower crit. Empoleon heals up, and then the AI randomly swaps into Shuckle on my Icy Wind. I don't know why this came out, but it just has to set up rocks real quick before swapping back into Eternatus. Then Empoleon does some chip damage to his Digimon before I swap out to Swampert, finishing this thing off. And last but not least, Swampert destroys the Shuckle and we finally obtain all 8 gym badges. Now that we beat every gym leader, it's time to speedrun to the Pokemon League. As we head over to Victory Road, some dude comes at us and spawns a bunch of roaming legendaries around the region. Dude must be like Jesus or something. Then we got the usual rival fight, and of course Brandon wants a piece of me. But we're the GOAT and we stomp on those two. Now that we got those two out of the way, Victory Road is no walk in the park. Every single trainer in this cave is a boss battle, and you gotta prep accordingly. But since we're this late into the game, I feel comfortable sacking some mons if we need to. Cause you know, you can only bring 6 mons to Elite 4, so it's fine if we start sacking things that are not coming. A few bosses and this meme fight later, we finally arrive at the Pokemon League. But before we can go challenge the Elite 4, we need to grab a few things first. We grab a gift cup food from some dude named Ketchup, a focus sash from Chuck, a choice band from Jasmine, and a choice scarf from Price. Now that we got everything that we need, let's talk about the Elite Four. The Radical Red Elite Four is the hardest thing in existence. Think of all the most broken Pokemon ever, and the Elite Four has probably got them. Keep in mind, you can only bring 6 Pokemon to deal with them, so it really tests your knowledge of the AI. Not to mention, each member has their own gimmicks as well, and some of the Elite Four members have multiple teams, like Lorelei. What I mean by that is that Lorelei has 2 teams, a Rain team and a Hail team. The team will be chosen at random once you enter the Pokemon League. Ideally, you want to get the Hail team because it's a lot easier and you could be a lot more flexible with your E4 team. Luckily, there's an NPC that tells you what team she has. All right, lads. Let's see what we get. Yo, champ in the making. There's a Lorelei Ludicolo today. Fuck me dead. Just like Lorelei, Bruno also has 2 teams, except there is no way to see what team he has. So you gotta prep for both teams and pray for the team that you want. Otherwise, if you prep for only one team, you can wipe if you flip the wrong side of the coin. Also, Bruno has permanent Misty terrain, so you can forget about burning his Zacian. Depending on your Elite Four team, Agatha is probably the easiest Elite Four member. In saying that, don't underestimate her. Otherwise, her Mewtwo, Calyrex, and Yveltal will start preparing your funeral. She also has permanent Psychic terrain, so you can forget about sucker punching Mewtwo or Calyrex. The last Elite Four member, Lance, is probably the hardest fight. His gimmick is that you can't remove hazards, so his Deoxys is 100% getting Stealth Rocks up and you can't do anything about it. There are a few ways to prevent hazards, but they are pretty risky. Alternatively, you can play with Rocks up. I mean, the game does give you 2 heavy-duty boots to play with. Lance also wields a fake mon known as Primal Dialga. This thing is basically a defensive wall with its insane stats and his primal armor ability. Plus, Radical Red changed Roar of Time to be a more powerful Dragon Tail, where combined with Stealth Rocks and Spikes, it can send you home faster than Usain Bolt in a 100-meter dash. Last but not least, the champion rival fight. Your rival has 3 different teams, depending on what starter you pick. Since I picked Swampert, I'll be dealing with one of his Rain teams. There isn't really much to say here since we all know how stupidly broken Necrozma, Xerneas, and Eternatus are. This Elite Four is a true test of everything you learned playing this game. Understanding everything about how the AI behaves is the key to success. Knowing the basics like switch and order, when the AI swaps, and what move the AI clicks is essential, and there's a reason why only a handful of people beat this game. So I spent the next week studying everything about this AI, running all the calcs and finding any weakness to any of their mons. And I've come to a conclusion of what my team will be. But before I reveal my team, I want you to hit that subscribe button. Come on then, do it you little slut. Anyways, here are the 6 representatives that I will take to the Elite Four. Deck the Zapdos. We all know how good Zapdos is. It can hit hard and has access to Volt Switch and Roost. Plus, with its typing, it can swap into a lot of Bruno's fighting type moves. Donald D the Golduck. The big duck has the ability Cloud9 to stop the weather for Lorelei. Plus, it's something that can learn Encore, which is something that we need to abuse a lot. Ronnie the Urshifu. This panda can hit extremely hard with banded wicked blows and sucker punches, which is very useful for a lot of Agatha's mons. Mind Goblin the Floatzel. This weasel is quick and has access to Fake Out, Flip Turn, and Technician Surging Strikes. It is a very useful asset to the squad. Guzzlode the Victini. To deal a lot of damage to the steel types, we're going to need to hit them hard with the V-Crit. Plus, it can also swap into a lot of fighting type moves as well. Last but not least, Abe the Ninetales. Freeze Dry is something that we're going to need to destroy half of Lorelei's Pokemon. Plus, it has access to Encore, and this fox is one of the very few mons that gets toxic. It's also a fairy type to dodge all of Dialga's Roar of Times. This is the dream team that will make us champions of Radical Red, or at least die trying. No matter what the outcome is, I will be proud of how far I've come in this journey. So, on the 2nd of September 2022, I woke up feeling very shaky and restless. Knowing, after all the prep that I've done for this Elite Four, I knew that there were many things that can still go wrong. But I just have to man up and just walk through those doors. Alright, I'm gonna pass it off to Past Me, as he can explain all my thought processes throughout the Elite Four. Let's do Lorelei, yeah? Are you ready? Okay. Perma Primordial Sea. I think. It's a Primordial Sea or Rain. I just assumed, yeah, Primordial Sea, okay. So, we're gonna fake out the King drop, so it doesn't attack. And Cubfu is in our focus, so it should fake out my Floatzel. And I go Golduck on the Cubfu slot. And we have a Jack button, so we get a free switch in to Ninetales. Okay. We're gonna freeze dry Kingdra, encore fake out on Ludicolo. How am I doing? I'm doing great, thank you for asking. How are you, Arceus? Okay. Okay. Genesis got an Iron Head. He's got Iron Head Ninetales, so we're gonna go Zapdos on Ninetales slot. I go Flip Turn Genesect. Ludicolo should switch out here. Nice. Palkia, that's fine. And we go back in Ninetales. Bolt Beak kills a Genesect. Freeze Dry kills Palkia. Yes, we're doing the E4. Okay. Swampert and Ludicolo. I'm gonna go Golduck on Zapdos' slot, and then we're gonna freeze dry Ludicolo. Not Ludicolo, Swampert. Okay. And then we're just gonna double target the Dragonite. GG. Alright, that's Lorelei done. Okay. I pray to fucking God. Bruno has like 2 teams and it shows that random. I want to see an Urshifu lead. Please show me Urshifu. Hoo-ha. Come on, show me Urshifu. Show me Urshifu. Show me Urshifu. Okay! I fake out, and I flip turn. I'm gonna go Ninetales here. Because this thing's gonna U-turn, right? Nice. Reject button, so it cancels U-turn. And I go to my own Urshifu, right? Yeah. I got my own Urshifu. Now, Urshifu should switch out now and go into Hawlucha. I'm gonna U-turn. And then I'm going full Load Cell. I'm going for Load Cell. Okay. I fake out. And then I flip turn. On the Roost. Because I need to do some damage to this before I PP stall it. Now just start attacking while I just PP stall the fuck out of it with just spamming Roost. Alright, this is gonna be a while. Yeah, no, we all love the good old PP stall, but you know what else is good? You guys subscribing. Cause that's what makes you guys the real champions. Fuck, that was so cringe. Okay, it should be out of PP now. So it's gonna Roost, so I'm just gonna waste a turn. And then I want to Thunderbolt whoever comes in next. It's gonna switch out now. Okay, sick. I want a Volt Switch. I want a Volt Switch out. And then I want to go... and then I want to go Victini. Nice. I'm clicking Searing Shot here, not Blue Flare. Blue Flare's for the other fight, right? Yes. Okay, this is Urshifu. This is going for Wicked Blow. So I'm gonna go back into my own Urshifu on the Wicked Blow. Okay. This should switch it to hopefully Hawlucha. And I go Zapdos again. Okay. And this should be, since it's PP stored, it should be like switching out to whoever's next. I'll be a Volt Switch. Okay, cool. Then I go back into Victini. And I Searing Shot twice. So we do the same thing. We go into our own Urshifu. Okay, this should force a switch into Hawlucha again. So, but this time we're going Floatzel. Okay. This should be a Zacian switch. So I'm gonna flip turn. Right? Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Go Victini. V-create. RNG, welcome in. How are we? I wasn't expecting this to come out early. What the fuck? That's fine, I guess. It's probably gonna fake out, but I just go hard U, right? Oh, it didn't fake out. Okay. Okay, now we're fucked. Okay. Now we might be fucked. This is random move, obviously, but I think I see a way out. Okay, I go Urshifu, force a switch into Hawlucha, and then on the switch I go Zapdos, and then Hawlucha would switch out. I Volt switch the switch into Victini. Victini should be faster and V-Crate kills. That's probably my way out, I think. This hopefully a switch to Hawlucha, please. Please. Please be a switch to Hawlucha. You did the last 2 times, you can do it a 3rd time, yeah? Okay, Hawlucha. Okay. Please. Switch to fucking Medicham, please. No, you stayed in. But the thing is, Victini doesn't kill with V-Create. I think my out is going hard Victini and have to hit the 84% chance on Searing Shot or hit a double Blue Flare. Plus I can fake out before it's fake out. True! That is true. That is true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I am faster, yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, maybe Floatzel's the play. Wait, so if I go Floatzel, if it goes Urshifu, I can fake out for turn into... I go from there, but if it goes Mage Up, I fake out and then just Surging Strikes. Yeah, I think going hard Floats is the play. Okay, Medicham comes out. Okay. Fake out. And Surging Strike should kill. Because CC drop. True, yeah, that's a thing, hey. Oh yeah, and then it's still kill with non-crit Surging Strikes. Yeah, you're right. And Floats always kills here, right? 53 to 64, yeah, this always kills. Fuck me, that was a bit of a steer. Okay. Agatha time. This should hopefully be the easiest fight. I'm hoping. Oh my god, I'm so stressed the fuck out. Okay. Okay. Momorsaki terrain. Surging strikes always kills this float sword, this cricketer. And I'm hoping to bait Calyrex after this. Nice! Okay. I go hard Urshifu. Nice! This should be a switch into fucking Yveltal. That's what it's called, right? So I'm gonna U-turn. Nice, okay. Cool. Cool. And I go Zapdos, right? Vulpix should kill. Calyrex. This is back to Urshifu. And our Wicked Blow. This should always kill. I'm hoping. Yes. Zarude comes out. Okay. I'm hoping that this is bulk up. Nice. Okay, cool. That's okay, I have to count bulk ups here. Okay, that's +1. Okay? I'm gonna encore this. But this is +2. +2. Okay, now we just have to waste turns. So that's why I brought Ice Shard. This is +3. This is +4. This should be +6. Okay. Now that's +6, and I can only use bulk up. It should switch to Victini here. It should switch to Victini, so we're gonna go Urshifu. Okay, cool. And Wicked Blow just kills. Sword comes in, so we do the same shit. It should bulk up here again. Go Ninetales. Okay, that's 1. This is 2. This is 3. But this time I want to go +5. Okay, this is +5. I go Urshifu here while it goes to bulk up on +6. Okay. And it should switch out now, and we snipe the Mewtwo before it can Mega Evolve. This should kill. Okay, okay, sick. Oh my god. And then we do the same thing again. But this time we just killed Zarud. And that's Agatha. I wanted to like abuse. I guess I could have. No, I was choiced. I was choiced. That's why I couldn't U-turn. Alright, that's Agatha. Please, Lance, be nice to me. Please be nice to me. Good. I fake out. Now float soul. Do not get crit. 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 Thank fuck. No comes out. Okay. I flip turn. I go Zapdos. Then I Volt Switch here. And then I go Victini. Okay. That's fine, I guess. But this thing should switch out now, I think, hopefully. And I go for the Will-O-Wisp. Okay. Cool. Okay, now I go back into Zapdos. Yeah. I'm gonna Bolt Big here. Because I'm faster. I'll take advantage of that. Okay. Now I'm just gonna roost up and I need to let it die to its burn. Okay. I think Dialga comes out now. And I'm hoping it goes for Roar of Time. Primal Dialga. Roar of Time. Come on. Nice! Okay. I Encore. Okay. Now this should be a switch to Melmetal. I go hard Victini. Okay. I'm not Will-O-Wisp again. This should go back. This should go Rayquaza here. I I just burnt this, right? So I go back into Zapdos. Now, I want to do a little bit of stalling with some bird chip, just a little bit. Okay, cool. I'm going to go gold duck here. Hold the flamethrower. Cloud9 will get rid of the strong winds. Just no burn. Okay, no burn. Sick. Ice Beam should kill. Don't crit this. Now it comes in. No metal. Okay. I go hard Victinia. I'm hoping it swaps to Arceus here. Swap to Arceus, please. Nice. Okay, cool. This is always flamethrower. But I think I have to go hard Victini and then back into Ninetales and encore this. This should be a roar of time here. Okay, nice. Okay, sick. I guess there's a switch to Melmetal. This makes things really awkward, doesn't it? No, wait. I could go Urshifu, right? I don't know if Urshifu will like force a switch though. That's an issue. I'll go Urshifu and then hopefully U-turn, because it sees that I killed this thing with close combat. I think I go Urshifu, but then I'll U-turn out. I'm hoping it switches to Arceus. Like, this moveset gets wall by Arceus, right? There we go. Okay, sick. I got Ninetales here. I'm hoping it Calm Minds. Calm Mind right here. Nice, okay. That's why I have to count Calm Minds. That's one. A Toxic here. That's two. Oh, this is the last Encore turn. So I go Golduck here. That's third Calm Mind. Fourth Calm Mind. Yeah, this is what I do. I just go back into this. There's a fifth Calm Mind. Bonker didn't end yet. But I might actually just die Toxic here. It comes out now. Dialga, okay. That's fine. I can flip turn here. This should never be flamethrower, right? This should always be Roar of Time. Well, that's 26%. This should always be Roar of Time. I'm scarfed so I can flip turn. Out. I got 9 tails. This should be Roar of Time. Okay. I encore this. And then I go Urshifu. Or Victini. Does Victini kill? My original plan was going Victini. But now I don't know. I guess Urshifu's always safe. Go Urshifu. This thing should die. Does he kill an Urshifu with Flamethrower at -1? This should be Roar of Time. Okay, I'm faster, I guess, so I can just... This should be Roar of Time. Sick, bro. Good thing I went Oka. Defense low, but it's still kill with, I mean, yeah, I have Sash, but it's still kill with, like, more damage with, Roar of Time than Flamethrower, even with the -1. I can go Golduck, but if Golduck gets burnt, we're fucked. I could go Zapdos, but I'm risking crit. If Flamethrower crit Zapdos, we're fucked. I think I go Zapdos, a Volt Switch, and then go, back in 9 times. Oh, wait, it should Roar of Time on Zapdos. If fucking Flamethrower does 37 to 44 and Roar of Time does 50 to 60, it should Roar of Time Zapdos after Flamethrower. Don't crit. Okay. This should be Roar of Time. Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. I was fucking worried there. Okay. Okay, that's Lance done. I'm just assuming that there's rain up this entire time. Whatever, okay, sick. Come on. This thing should switch out, yeah? Eternatus. Okay, okay, okay. Eternamax Eternatus. Go, Golduck. Okay. Golduck, you have to fucking hold. Don't get crit. Let's go! I flipped on here. Okay. Then I go back into Zapdos. Okay. Four big kills. Ultra the Crossma. I U-turn out here. I go Urshifu. Sucker Punch always kills. Okay. Please, Geomancy. Okay. Fake out. Searching strikes. Aqua Jet. Okay. That's Eddie's down. The turret just comes out. Okay. I'm gonna Aqua Jet here and then sack Floatzel. I don't need Floatzel anymore. And then I go back into Goldark. Kill off this thing. Okay. Arceus comes in. Arceus Steel. I'm hoping it sets up here. So I'm gonna Surf. Nice. Okay. 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 Encore this. So now it's a +4. Surf. I guess that's fine. I was going to do that anyway, but sure. That works too. And then I have to sack Zapdos. I'll go Victini. Energy Ball. Arceus should set up again. Set up, please. Okay. Encore GG. That's it. Let's fucking go! Radical Red is done! Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Radical Red Hardcore mode has been defeated. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Honestly, this is the most fun Pokemon game that I've ever played, and I highly recommend everyone to go check it out. She's been a fun journey, starting from constantly wiping to Sammy to me learning everything about this game and eventually beat it. I quickly got to thank all the fellow Rad Red runners that helped me along the way. Their links will be in the description below. Please do go check them out. I definitely want to make more videos like this in the future, so stay tuned. Also, if there's one thing that I've learned playing this game is that spamming legendaries makes a hell of a fun game.